Hello there everybody, welcome back to my channel Boomy Reactions. I am Boomy, hello and thank you very much for watching. So today guys, I have yet another wonderful Cowboy Kent Rollins video I would like to watch with you. I can't get enough of these videos. He's an absolute darling. I love his recipes. I can actually say firsthand now, I've tried some of Kent's recipes from his magnificent cookbook that I had sent to me from the wonderful Lupe. And yes, I'm still using the cookbook. I'm going to record all of these recipes that I try, these real American classics as well. And they're all delicious. I just want to hold my head up and say they are all so tasty. So yes, I can vouch for those recipes being wonderful. Now, this video comes as a request from Anonymous through Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you very much, whoever you are. I know you're out there. Thank you so much for this request. And Anonymous says, hey Boomy, I love your reactions and have been amazed at how fast your channel is growing. Thank you so much. Me too. Since you love Cowboy Kent Rollins videos, I think you will really enjoy this one. Frying rattlesnake. Rattlesnake! And yes, I've eaten rattlesnake several times and it's really good, is it? Not much meat on them, but very tasty. Well, thank you for that, Anonymous. Do you know, I've never heard of eating rattlesnake, but you know, why not, eh? I can imagine they're quite the pest in the wild, actually, you know, out wherever it is that they live. So I suppose it makes sense that you might cook one up. You know, they're dangerous. Why not? I can't imagine what they would taste like. I've never eaten snake. I'm trying to think of like their anatomy or their physiology. You know, what would they have meat on them? Would there be a lot of meat? I know you say, Anonymous, that there's not an awful lot of meat on them. I can't imagine there would be. It just seems like a really strange thing to actually imagine eating. So, Kent has a recipe. Of course he has a recipe. He's got a recipe for everything. So, let's see how Kent prepares rattlesnake. And as ever, guys, if you're enjoying these reactions, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.
Hey, folks. Y'all hear that? You better put on your snake boots before you come into camp for this episode. Come on, because it's going to be good. You're going to want to see this one.
I can't imagine a scarier sound being, I don't know, like camping, being out there, like in the wild. I can't think of a more terrifying sound than hearing that and just knowing what it is. I mean, are they that dangerous? I have this idea that they're really dangerous, like poisonous, deadly. Are they that deadly? Anyway.
No, I mean, like, where's the snake?
He was on the porch a while ago. Well, we're going down here to my son's house. My grandson lived not too far from him, and he knew that I'd been wanting a snake. They say this is a big one, so with some luck, hey, we might have some fried snake for breakfast.
He's going to catch the snake.
Them snakes, you know, it's cooling off that time of year, and them snakes is coming back looking for some warm concrete to lay on. So we got him hemmed up.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so are they a nuisance this time of year when it gets cooler?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
That is a big one.
I can't see it. I can
How
see
far will
it!
that thing, like...
Strike.
How close do you want to get?
No, I don't want to get that close.
You can get right
Two
up here
times
by
as
the
far.
hole.
Get right up a little bit.
It's
Ooh,
massive!
he's mad.
Oh, it's angry.
Did you get out? No. Yesterday, maybe when I was... Did I look up at you? Y'all want to haul that?
All right. There's 1,
Oh,
2,
what's this say?
3, 4, 5.
A new rattle segment forms at the end of the tail. Each time the snake sheds the outer layer of its skin, they can shed several times a year. Ooh.
6, 7, 8, 9, and we call that the butt.
The butt.
Pretty healthy, but it takes a lot of snake to have some meat, as y'all seen it after we clean it here in a minute, because all you're getting is that loin right down the back. And
yes, like you
you'll be
said,
good
Anonymous.
caught me off guard a little bit, they did tonight. You can see the stripes on him. We call him a coontail rattler, but he's also a diamondback too. You can see that. And I got a friend wanting the skin. He gonna make him a hat band out of it, so we'll save that too. And snakes are really easy to clean. It's sort of like, hey, pulling off a pair of socks. You just get her done, and you just start right there in the middle of his underneath side and just split it all the way up here to the front.
Everybody has to excuse my lighting.
Yeah, because it's dark. And then we're just going to go to pulling it off of him.
Oh, Duke is scared
It's
of
good
it.
to go. But you can see the reflexes are in him, that he's still going around, and see where that head is still trying to come back around there and bite.
So what do you...
Well, you just take it at one end, and it's just like cleaning a deer and everything out, and it all comes with it. You just got to be careful that you get it all and don't bust nothing you ain't supposed to.
What are you gonna bust?
Well, there's all kinds of little organs in there you don't want to disrupt and get on the taste of the meat. We're gonna let him soak overnight. I'll see y'all in camp in the morning. I hope you're hungry. Whew,
It
good
don't
to
get
be
fresher
back
than
in
that, does
camp.
it?
It is. It was a long night after skinning that snake and trying to get everything just right so we could cook it for y'all. But you don't want to miss out on none of this stuff, so make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the dingy-dong bell, and you won't never miss out.
Ding-dong bell.
Yeah, dingy-dong bell. That's what I said.
Ding-dong bell.
Yeah, that's Okie for dingy-dong bell.
saying Bill.
Just ring the dingy-dong bell, Shan said, okay? Products we use and the printable recipe will
love
be
him.
right down below. Rattlesnake. Whew. I've had them crawl into camp. I've nearly stepped on them in camp. I've been bit in the heel of a boot when I was a young child picking plums in a plum thicket. Scared me to death. I don't hunt snake, but if I have one come into camp where I think I'm fitting to get bit, I'm thinking, hors d'oeuvres. That's what we're going to have right before them cowboys come in, because ain't no sense in wasting something. The skin become the hat band, the meat become, fine dining it did. And when you're eating snake, folks, I just want to tell you right now, don't think you can be getting one of them like this. Ain't no meat on them. Now, I do want you to know right from the start, don't do this at home. If you've had no experience in this as a snake wrangler, don't just go outside and say, hey, I'm going to pick that snake up. That snake will bite you, folks. Get you
That is
some
a
of them
very
blue
good
gloves. Let me
disclaimer.
see what
Don't do
happens here. I
that.
think, you know which kind I'm talking about? Let me look in here. Folks, you don't get you some of them or whatever color you think goes with your apparel that you're wearing. See, it matches my outfit today, it does. Because to me, snake meat, and when you're skinning a snake, that old skin and stuff and the fat that is on one, has a little odor to it. But you gotta make sure, just like any wild game that you're fixing, it is washed many times and rinsed, cleaned really well, and then let's get it to where we need it to be after that.
What does it
For
smell
snake,
like?
or even
Let
old
me
wild
know.
hog, I always like to soak in buttermilk overnight. Now,
Okay.
the reason I like to use buttermilk is I think there's a little acid in there that helps sort of break that stuff down, but also it's going to give it a more tender flavor, a more southern rich flavor to me. Let that thing set at least 6 hours. I like to go overnight. Now, you see me in this little deal we had last night, add a little water to that buttermilk because I want to make sure he's covered really well. But if you got enough buttermilk, just use plain buttermilk all the way through. So we're going to start with a cup of all-purpose flour, a half a cup of cornmeal, because I like to have a little bit of that crunchiness you get out there, you know, like when you're frying fish. Then we're going to go a tablespoon of what? Red River Ranch mesquite. You ain't got none? Shannon will have you a link up there where you can get it, because this stuff got a little ancho chili in there, but a good mesquite flavoring. Cayenne pepper.
Yes.
I like my snake to bite, but I like him to bite in a good way after I done got him cooked up a notch. So we're just gonna put just a tad, because it don't take much of this. So we're gonna put it right there. Onion powder, teaspoonful.
Look who showed up.
And look who come in, the taste testers. And we're gonna go about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, which is that much. Now to that, y'all have seen me drag it out many times when we're frying. What is it? Cornstarch. It's not only for first aid and medical ingredients of thickening gravy, it is good to help batter adhere to meat and make it puff there and have a good crust. So we gonna go with 2 tablespoons. That completes the dry section of this movie. So let's get her mixed up really well. Now we may have to add a little to this if the snake is bigger than what we got for, because you can't just go to the towns to the butcher man and say, I'd like a 4-pound snake, please, because I don't think he's gonna have him. So we're gonna have a little dry, we gotta have a little wet. What do we call them? Cackleberries.
Cackleberries.
That is what they are called. And we've taken 2 of them. A cup of milk, which is that much right there. Pardon me while I put this back in the refrigerator. Get you a whisk. Time to drag out the main feature of this attraction, and that is the snake. There he is, folks. He has been bathing in the buttermilk all night. Well, let's just start by cleaning up these little edges here. And you gotta cut through that backbone just like that. So make sure you just clean them up. I want to square them off here a little. Now we're just gonna cut him into about 4-inch pieces. Something that'll fry up really well. You know, this old fella here, he's pretty stout. That backbone is thicker than mine. Let's go ahead and put these in the milk and egg mixture, and you can use buttermilk if you seen fit, but folks, he done had a buttermilk bath, so I'm just giving him a milk and egg bath. Then we're going to take him right over here, make sure he gets some of that all the way through, because I want that good crust on there. And what are we going to do? You guessed it, we're going to double baptize. We are. Then we just going to set them right over here on this plate till we get the rest of them done, and the oil gets hot. Then we're gonna fry up some crispy goodness. People have been eating snake for a long, long time, folks, they have. And I am sure old Cookie going down the trail, he found many of them crawling there in an old wagon tracker on the trail. Hey, that's meat, let's throw it in the pot. A lot of them even made like a rattlesnake stew. You just cook that stuff down a little bit in a skillet, add you some peppers, onions, everything that go with it, throw it back in there, rattlesnake chili. Hey, them old cookies used it a whole lot. I fixed it on ranches for cowboys as hors d'oeuvres on hors d'oeuvre night. Fried in some good peanut oils. What we're using today, we're about 2 inches deep in that old fine neck skillet. I've heated it to about 355 degrees we have. It is time to fry some snake. Lay them in there gingerly, and I don't like to crowd them up now. We're just gonna do 3 pieces at a time. That way you get more of an even cook. And I want you to make sure that the pieces that you're putting in there are sort of the same size. Just as everything tapers off in life, though, so does a snake's body. So long to short, thicker to thin, make sure they sort of match when you put them in here. You can see them little fellers have done floated back up there at the top. I like to roll them over, even though they're already submerged in grease. And that snake don't want to lay on his belly. They never have. And that reminds me of an old wives' tale that I heard many years ago. You got that snake, throw him out there on the ground or hang him on a fence. If he rolls over belly side up, it's going to rain that night. Really golden, crispy brown, and we are nearly there. How long do they fry? Don't take long, folks, because you got to remember that loin run down that little snake's back ain't very big, and the rest of it is just rib meat, very thin, so it don't take long to cook a snake.
Oh, they look terrifying. Ah! Snake in the grass. Oh, they look ominous, don't they? They look mischievous. They just look maleficent. Oh, I wouldn't say I have a phobia of snakes. I think it's a very rational fear of snakes. Like genetically, I think we've all inherited this mistrust of snakes for a good reason. Oh, that looks tasty.
That's what I call a good crust. I want you to listen to him. That's like a shell on a turtle's back. That stuff will repel water if you set it out there, I promise, and that's what we're after. I'm not going to take a bite of this one just yet. I'm just going to show you about what we're talking about on this low end. So let me just crack that shell on there, and we're going to look here and see.
Where's the bone?
There ain't a whole lot there. This is about what you're getting, folks. You get right again that low end, and you can pick on them bones and clean it off. But if you're feeding a lot of people, I'm just going to tell you right now, you better start snake hunting last year, because it's going to take a bunch. So let me just go ahead and have me a little old bite of this.
Kent, does it taste like chicken?
What's it taste like?
No, got more of a chewy texture than anything like a fish or a chicken would have. Now there is a distinct taste to that to me, and it's not what I call gamey, but just sort of like a mild white fish. What we're gonna do? We're gonna put this sauce on it. Now, I like two different kinds. This is a smoky sauce that's got a little honey, and do you know Duke has his own mayonnaise company, Duke the dog, Duke's Mayonnaise. So I'm gonna put a little right down here. And a lot of y'all turned us on to that Duke's Mayonnaise, and let me tell you, that stuff is some fine dining. Fine dining. Another great method that I like to use to dip my snake in, what is it? Kent Rollins green chili chipotle relish. Give that snake a bite the second time.
You need a snake charmer dance.
No, it's called a snake stomping dance. If he's a big snake, you get plumb up here on top of the table. Woo. Crocodile Dundee ain't got nothing on me, folks. Snake will make you athletic. You ever been walking through the pasture and you see one, you can jump twice as far as you ever thought you could. I'm just telling you. Now down below, we'll have you some resources of where you can find you some snake if you need some, because I am not recommending you going out into the wilderness and trying to catch your own if you don't know what's going on. I don't want to hear about you getting snake bit. I tip my hat to our servicemen and women and all the veterans who keep that flag flying over camp. We shall not forget you ever, and we keep you in our thoughts and prayers. We would also like to tell you all, be sure you like, you share, and you subscribe, because we don't want you to miss out. Now, I need a favor from you. Get you some food. Ring the bell across there. Take it to your neighbor. Take it to someone who might need a meal, who you just want to share and visit with, and then tell them, you want to eat again at my house, you better subscribe to them Cowboy Kent Rollins videos. So we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. God bless you, each and every one, and I'll see you down the Fried Rattlesnake Trail.
Ooh.
Let's try some snake.
What does the dogs make of it? Taste
Beans
testers.
it'll work. Dickie, you like snake? Yeah? I think you could be part snake dog, I do.
Didn't like it earlier.
We have a very special shout out this week, and that is to Shelby and the James gang. They might have been part of that outlaw bunch, I don't know, but we appreciate y'all watching, we really do.
Okay. So yes, Duke liked that snake a lot more when it was fried there, didn't he? I think he was very nervous about the look of that snake when Kent was preparing it. I do not blame him. It's a very instinctual thing, isn't it, to mistrust snakes? Absolutely, we've all got it. Some of us are braver than others, like Kent trying to catch this snake. Even the sight of a snake makes me very nervous. It makes me on edge. But yes, although the look of that snake once it was fried and battered, not so much. That actually looked like it looked very appetizing. So I don't really know what I would expect the texture to be. So what's it like, guys? Anonymous, how did you find it? It's delicious, but not much meat on there. Yeah, Kent said the same thing, didn't he? What would you compare the flavour and the texture to? By what Kent was saying, I would say, is it similar to like a calamari? You know, that kind of rubbery, not quite fish, but white fish, but maybe a little bit more chewy, rubbery. So maybe is it similar to calamari, but gamier? I'm not really sure. Yeah, how would you describe it? Any of our viewers out there that have tried snake, how would you describe the texture? very interesting. I would definitely try it, especially if it was prepared the way that Kent Rollins has prepared it here. It looks lovely. It did just look like fried chicken, didn't it? Delicious. And that sauce sounds wonderful. So thank you for watching this video with me, guys. And thank you, Anonymous, for requesting this. Just a very unusual thing, isn't it? Fried rattlesnake. Although it makes sense, you know. So thank you for requesting this. Thank you for watching it with me, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.